The Bape Coca-Cola collaboration will be dropping July 25th. Like this video and subscribe for more resale predictions and drop lists. First up, we got the Coca-Cola BAPE STA, and I think this white version looks really nice. I think it's probably the best item that's dropping this whole collaboration. I think if the BAPE STAs prices were dropped to like $200, I think a lot more people would buy these, and I think a lot more people would want to resell them. But I just don't see that much resale value on this one. You can maybe make a little bit of money, but I just think since the retail price on these is going to be around $300, it's going to be kind of hard to sell these. I think this one, if it was a little bit cheaper, I would buy it. If it was $200, I would 100% try and cop that because it looks super nice, but I just don't see any kind of resale value at $300 retail. Maybe you can sell it for $400, but I would say that's kind of a stretch, and it might not do that, so it could be a brick either way. For the red one, I don't think it's as good looking, and I think with the same retail price of $300, I just don't see any resale value for this one. I'd expect it to maybe resell for $330, which really doesn't give you any profit factoring in tax and everything like that. So I would just stay away from these for resale purposes. I would stay away from a lot of these items for resale purposes just because the retails are so high. Next up, we got these Coca-Cola Bape hats. I think these are pretty cool, but I'm just guessing retail is going to be super high on these, so I would stay away from them unless you want it for personal. But I definitely think these are pretty cool, and I definitely think it's a pretty cool hat to have in a collection. I would say the red one's probably the best, or like the best looking one, just because red's the classic Coca-Cola color, and I feel like it just looks the best with the Bape logo and everything there. But I definitely think they're all pretty good looking, and it's a pretty good hat. Next up, we got this Coca-Cola Bape bucket hat. I think these look pretty cool. I definitely think it won't be the greatest item just because there's everything on it. I don't think there will be that much in terms of resale value, but I definitely think it is a pretty cool one. And of course, the red colorway is the classic one. I definitely think it's the best colorway out of the three that are going to be dropping on the 25th. Next up, we got this little keychain, which I'm pretty sure is also dropping with the BAPE STAs. So if you get the BAPE STAs, you'll get this keychain. But if it's dropping by itself, it'll probably be like $20-30, and I just don't think there's any reason to get this. It's not that cool, and it's not worth a lot of money. Next up, you got this Coca-Cola glass with Bape, and I think this one's pretty cool. I think if you're going to drink a Coke, it's got to be in this glass, but I don't really know. It's not the coolest in my opinion, and I just don't think it's the greatest personal item either, so I'm going to stay away from it, and I don't think a lot of people want this either. Next up, we got this little Coca-Cola Bape pin. I think it looks pretty cool. It's pretty self-explanatory. Next up, we got this Coke Bape towel, I believe. I don't really know what it is, but I think it looks pretty cool. I think with pretty low retail, it could be a cool item to collect or to grab just for the personal because I definitely think it looks nice. Next up, we got this Coca-Cola Bape ping pong paddle. I don't know why they made this, but it does look pretty cool, and if you're into ping pong and into Bape and Coke, I think this is a pretty cool item to pick up, but it's just a super weird item, and I don't understand why they make this. Next up, we got the Coke Bape headband. I think this looks pretty cool, and I think if the retail is reasonable, it's definitely a cool personal item, and maybe an item that you could resell. I mean, I would suggest to get a lot more items in your cart than just this one, because I think tax and shipping will take a little bit over the edge for resale, but I think it is a pretty cool item, and I think a lot of people want this if the retail is reasonable. Next up, we got this little cool Coke bag. I think it looks alright, but I think it's just not the greatest item, especially with Bape retails. We got another Coke Bape bag, and I don't think this one's that cool. I think it's just too small to really hold anything. Maybe like a bottle of wine or something, but I just don't think it can really hold anything, so it's not the greatest item. Next up, we got this cool Bape Coke long sleeve. I think this one looks really nice. I think the real variety of colorways, it kind of shows off how they got a lot of cool stuff. And I just think, of course, the red one, the classic colorway, is definitely the best. But, I mean, the other colorways are also pretty nice. I don't really like the green or the blue, but all the other ones kind of fit together and they look nice. And I think it's pretty cool long sleeve to have. So as long as the retail is reasonable, I think a lot of people want this for the personal. Next up, we got this Bape Coke hoodie, and I just think this one's a little bit too cluttered for me. There's just too many different designs on it to really make it like, I don't know, a cool hoodie. and I just think the retail will be absolutely insane. So I think I would stay away from this, even if for a personal. Next up, we got a Bape Coke kimono top. I think this is what it is. I don't really know, but it looks kind of cool. I think it could be like one of those just random items that does pretty good for resale. So I think this could be an item to watch out for. Next up, we got these Bape shorts. I think these look pretty cool, but I think they're just a little bit too cluttered for me. I don't understand why they have two Coca-Cola logos on the right, but I definitely think this is a cool item, and I think it could be a pretty cool item for personal. The red pair is probably the best looking in my opinion, but they're all good looking. Next up, we got these Coca-Cola Bape tees, and I think these look really nice. I think these actually could resell. I would suggest going for the black, the red, or the white in the largest sizes, triple XL, double XL, because those are going to be the best size to resell in. And I think these could be an item where you could net 30, 40 bucks on just a single card of one of these. So I would suggest going for these, and maybe another item that could resell, maybe another one of the tees in just the largest size you can get. Next up, we got these Bape Coke socks. I think these look, I don't know, they're just really boring, but I definitely think the white pair looks kind of cool. It's not the worst sock you get, but I just don't think these are anything special, and with high retails, they're just not worth it. Next up, we got this Bape Coke hoodie, and I think these look pretty cool. I just think they're a little bit too cluttered on the sleeves. Maybe just like, I don't know, like a stripe down the sleeve, like the BAPE STA stripe down the sleeve. I think that'd look a lot better, but just how they look now, I just don't think they're that cool. But I definitely think some people will want these for the personal, and I think if the retail is good enough, then I think it'll be a pretty cool personal item. Next up, we got this Baby Milo Coke pin. I think it's kind of cool. It's pretty self-explanatory. Next up, we got this Baby Milo Coke t-shirt. I think this looks pretty cool, and I think the bigger sizes are definitely going to resell, but I just don't think there'll be that much value on these. But if the retail's pretty low, I think there definitely could be $20 to $30 made per shirt, just because I definitely think it'll resell for like $150 in the larger size at least. Next up, we got this Baby Milo Coke, the real thing tee. I just don't think this one's that good. I don't think there'll be any resell on this one, just because it doesn't look that great, and it's only in black and white, so it's like not the greatest. Next up, we got this Baby Milo Coke wave tee. I think this one's kind of cool, but I just don't think there'll be that much resale value, just because it's not the greatest looking t-shirt. But I definitely think there will be some resale, so if you're going to cop this for resale, just go for triple XL or double XL, because those will of course do the best. Next up, we got this Coke Baby Milo tee. I think this one's pretty cool, and I definitely think there will be resale value. Of course, just stick to the super large sizes, because those will be the only ones I'll actually resell. But I definitely think there is value in this one, and there should be a little bit of resale room. So if it's like a little bit extra on retail, I think you should be pretty good. The rest of these are just the kids' versions of these shirts, but I think they're all pretty cool. I definitely think there will be some resale value on the shirts this drop. So I would say if you're going to go for anything this drop, I would suggest going for the white Coke BAPE STA, or some of these shirts just in multi-cards, only getting the large sizes because the small ones won't resell at all. But I definitely think there is money to be made, especially if you're going for the shirts or the BAPE STA, because there are like a couple sizes or a couple shirt sizes that will sell. And if you're going for the BAPE STAs, I would suggest going for the larger sizes, because I'm guessing there will be less stock in those sizes. Alright, if you want to join a really good Discord for free, there's a link in the description to my Discord. In my Discord, we got monitors, we got slots, we basically got everything, and I think it's just a really good community to join, and especially because it's free. Like with anything that's free, you can just get it, or you could leave. So with something that's free and provides actual value, you kind of have to join it. So also, you can leave whenever you want. So if you don't like it, you don't like the notifications anymore, you can just leave. But since it's something that's free, it's not like you wasted anything on it. So join the group. There's a link in the description. There's a lot of information in there. We got basically everything in there. Anything you could want sneaker-wise, it's in there. And we got monitors. We got everything you'd want. If you're a sneaker reseller, if you're just any kind of reseller, we got monitors, we got slots, we got a marketplace, we got tickets, we got everything. Anything you can want, we got it.